first steps are to shim the sill to get it level. Here he is using a peel and stick shim to level the window and also to raise it up off the pan. We recommend you not to use wood type shims at the sill. Check the rough opening for plumb. Measure the window and measure the rough opening to ensure that you have proper rough opening clearance. For this particular install, the Elevate Double Hung, we created a 1/2 inch raised interior back dam and then installed our panning system on top of that. The Elevate Double Hung has an offset at the sill on the window. With the 1/2 inch interior back dam added to the rough sill, it will ensure proper interior sealing at the sill. Inspect the entire window to ensure that there's no damage, that all the stops and covers are in place, and there is no debris on the frame before installation. Prior to the installation of the window, apply sealant per manufacturer's instruction, 3/4 of an inch from the corners and a 1/2 inch from the frame. Note, there is no sealant applied at the sill. There will be an interior back dam bead of sealant applied later. Do not apply any sealant around the corners. There is a step to apply corner gasket once the window is installed. Set the window into the opening. Then center it, ensuring that you have equal space on both sides of the rough opening. Check for level. Then fasten the high side on the jambs near the sill. Then adjust the level of the window if needed and fasten the other jamb. Always double check your level. Once the sill is fastened into place, fasten one fastener close to the corner on each side of the head. Check for plumb. Adjust if needed. Now check for square. This is where our non-integral nail flange is very useful. By not nailing our nail flange all the way around, you can adjust the window where needed. So double check your square measurements. Fasten the jambs at the top corners. This locks the squareness of the window. Always check your work. And now it's time for the inside person to shim, fasten, insulate, and seal the interior of the window. Working on the inside, ensure your stops are in place. Look at your reveals of your sash to see your starting points of shimming and fastening the window. Open the sash. Remove the shipping blocks. And close and lock the sash. Check the reveals again and start the shimming process. Shim the bottom first, but do not shim right at the bottom of the jamb. Install your shims 4 to 6 inches up from the bottom. And repeat on the other jamb. Ensure to keep your jamb 1/16 inch straight of plane. Go to the top of the window. Shim the jambs, again 4 to 6 inches down from the top. This is real critical on the Elevate double hung. If you shim right at the top, you have the ability to block the balance tubes from being removed in the future. Check for square. Now shim at the center of your jambs. Working one side at a time. Adjust the jambs to ensure that there's no daylight between the sash and frame, no bowing, no hourglass. Shimming to 1/16 inch straight of plane. Check the reveals. Check the operation of the window. Check weather strip to ensure proper seating. Move your bottom sash up and then down. You will ensure proper weather strip seating by doing this. Operate the top sash, down then up, again to ensure proper weather strip seating. Check the reveals. At the interior sill, we are creating an interior back dam for interior sealing of the window. Install a piece of backer rod to control the depth of your sealant. Once you have the backer rod installed, place a butt jointed sealant to create that interior back dam. Installing a backer rod into the space between the window and rough opening, pressed all the way against the back of the nail fin, can ensure a path for any moisture to follow down to the sill pan. It also helps with insulating your window by disconnecting the exterior from the interior. Remember, how you shim the window from the inside will reflect to the exterior. The exterior should follow exactly what the inside person did. Check the jambs to ensure no hourglassing or bowing has taken place by over or under shimming. Once verified, start fastening. Apply fasteners in every other hole, unless local code specifies differently. Move from jamb to jamb, always starting in the middle and working out. head to sill. Once the window is fastened into the wall, lift the edge of the drip edge and apply sealant under it. Apply on both sides of the drip edge. Apply corner gaskets to each corner of the unit. It's time to flash the window. Start flashing in a weatherboard fashion. And what that means is start at the bottom, work your way to the top, and not creating any reverse flashing. Here he is using what is called a high pressure skirt. Use a piece of WRB, which is a weather resistant barrier, and a piece of building tape, leaving a 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch of adhesive showing. Apply those to the sill nail fin. Now flash the jambs of the window, using the frame as a guide for placement of the flashing tape. Manufacturer's recommendations is to lap the flashing material onto the frame. Using the frame as your guide will ensure that your flashing tape will do that. At the corners, use a roofer's cut. It's an angle cut from the corner out. Then fold down the cut flashing tape. Once the jambs are flashed, move to the head and flash the head. Repeat the roofer's cut in the corners. Now your window is flashed. You can bring down the top WRB that was cut earlier and then tape down corners. But do not tape all the way across the bottom. Skip tape that every 12 to 15 inches across. Your window is now installed. It performs as designed and it looks great.